Yo, what's up guys? In today's video, I'm going to be going over my performance in the CRL monthly finals, kind of talking about my future position for the CRL World Championship and that kind of stuff. So make sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. So guys, basically, these are some of my games from day 1 and day 2 in CRL. Today was day 1 against Sweep, and basically, against Sweep, my game plan was mainly just to counter heavy beatdown decks, because that's all that he really plays. So my goal here was just to try to have the best coverage to beatdown possible, because I know that he literally doesn't play any ounce of quick cycle decks or even any bridge spam decks, really. Like, I know that he plays a bit of P.E.K.K.A, but I wasn't really worried about his P.E.K.K.A because I didn't really think that his P.E.K.K.A gameplay was the best. So we have this nice Piggies deck here, and unsurprisingly, guys, he started off with the Goblin Giant, so I was really happy to see that. I just got a nice Lightning here on top of the Witch and the Goblin Giant. And guys, just so you know, it is duel format, so because I use Piggies in this game and he used Goblin Giant, he cannot use Goblin Giant anymore. I cannot use Piggies anymore. That's kind of just the entire format. And guys, for me to qualify, I had to either win the tournament or I had to get second place to Muhammad Light or Ian, or third place to both of them, which would give me the golden ticket, or I had to get a silver ticket, which is the qualification for the last chance qualifier. So either I had to get top 6 or I had to get top 2/3 or 1 to win the whole tournament outright and qualify for the world finals. So right here, I just go for the Mighty Miner, and I was really tempted to Piggies here because I had the Evo Baby Dragon, which would give my Piggies the crazy run, but because he went for the Cannon card, I kind of knew that it wasn't worth it and I should just play defense. I knew that against this guy, defense is the main thing that would help me win, because I could just defend for the entire beginning phase of the game and just get a nice counter pusher too, because I knew that if I play really well, my defense with this matchup is kind of unbreakable. The only really way for him to be able to break through against my defense would be for me to overextend on offense. So I was just making a really nice effort to not overextend at any point throughout the game. So here I was pretty happy with the position. I didn't really like his Evo Witch, because even though it killed my Baby Dragon, I had the new Baby Dragon, which was also Evo. I knew he was probably going to Vines here, so I went E-Spirit here to retarget. And then because he didn't Vines, I actually had a nice Piggies opportunity with my Piggies being sped up. That's why this deck is so strong, guys, because you're just able to speed up the Piggies with the Evo Baby Dragon. And then I just went for the Baby Dragon here on the side just to reset up another defense. I had my Mighty Miner ability ready just in case he went for the Goblin Giant at the bridge, but he went for the Kite, so I didn't need to pop the ability. All I had to do was distract the Cannon cart, and then I got a second Baby Dragon down, this one being Evo. That's another reason why this deck is so strong, guys, is because you're really just always having an Evo Baby Dragon either in cycle or on the board. This was a really good defense by me, guys, and I think that was the defense that won me the game. My E-Spirit retargeted the Witch, which kept my Baby Dragon alive. So here I just went for the Piggies, and guys, right here is when I knew that I was going to win, because I knew that the Piggies would go so fast and I would get so much damage. I even just went for a log here to clear out those Goblins while they were spawning, just to get as much Piggies damage as possible. And right here, I knew this was the final defense. As long as I defended this, I was going to take a 1-0 lead in the first duel set. So here I went for the Electro Spirit, and then I went for the Mighty Miner in the back just to set up a nice defense. I knew that this would be the final push at this point. And one nice thing about this matchup as well is that I get a lot of lightning value. So I knew that, for example, right here, I could just get a massive lightning and just hit the Cannon cart, the Goblin Giant, and the Goblin Machine, and I was just making sure to protect the Evo Baby Dragon with everything possible that I could. I even let the Goblin Machine walk up here and get a shot on my tower, because I knew that I could just Piggies here with the speed and Lightning the Witch, that this game would just be literally over, because he'd have to give me even more lightning value. And there, as you guys see, I took a 1-0 lead in the first match, so it was already looking quite good for me. So guys, in the next match here, it was 1-0 for us, obviously, and I was feeling pretty confident. I was really happy with my 1-0 start, because I knew that against a player like this guy right here, Sweep, I knew that starting off 1-0 would be really important, because if you're down 0-1 against a guy who just plays a bunch of random junk, it can get kind of stressful, because then they could just rip another random deck and you don't really know what they could run that well. But whenever you're up 1-0, you know, they usually run to their comfort decks and they won't really run anything crazy. And even if you do lose, then game 3 is usually a free win, because their deck pool isn't very wide and they just kind of play like the same 3 to 4 decks. So here he went for Recruits, and I was not happy about facing Recruits. Honestly, Recruits is a pretty hard matchup for us here, because we don't really have anything for the Flying Machine. We only have Ice Wizard and Spear Goblins, which, as you guys will see, kind of hurt us in the long run. So here I went for the Spear Gobs on the side, knowing that my Skeleton King would come back, which was super, super nice for us. So the Spear Gobs were able to take everything out. And we honestly had a pretty great start. So I'm like, okay, bad matchup, but I knew that I had the chance to win. I knew that, you know, I'm good enough to win a matchup like this if things go my way and maybe he makes a few mistakes or I make a nice outplay. But I knew that against, like, a good player, it would not be easy to outplay a matchup like this. Because obviously, like, I know my opponent's a good player. Nobody in the top 12 monthly finals will ever be a bad player. Like, even maybe there's weaker players, whatever, but I knew he was a good player no matter what. So here I went for the Skelly Barrel, knowing he had no cage and no zappies because he put them in the back. So I knew I was going to get a nice death bomb on the tower. And luckily that guard actually got some nice damage. So I was feeling great right now, man, even though I really, really didn't like the matchup. I just can't stress that enough. But I also knew that with starts like this, then maybe you can always make something happen. So I just cycled the cannon cart in the back here, and the only thing I was worried about was the flying machine, man, just because the flying machine is so tedious to take out, not having, like, a fireball or anything like that. So maybe in hindsight, it wasn't really the greatest deck pick by us because, obviously, I wasn't really able to deal with the flying machine. So here I went for the Ice Wizard, and then I went for the Skeleton Barrel. Did I? Yeah, I went for the Skeleton Barrel here to bypass the Goblin Cage. He ended up going for those Zappies, maybe a little bit too early because obviously my Skeleton Barrel ended up reaching them, and the Cannon Cart took them out, which was pretty nice. And my Ice Wizard kind of cooked right here. So here I just went for the guards to keep the Ice Wizard alive, mainly just to make it so my Ice Wizard and guards could get some nice damage on those recruits, which they do. They take off the recruit shield, but looking back, I don't know if that was better or worse, because obviously I had to defend charging recruits, which was not easy. So here I went for the Skelly King, and then it was so awkward to go for the Mortar, man, because anywhere I put it, the Golden Knight was just going to dash to everything, so I didn't really know how I was supposed to defend that push properly, and here I was just waiting on the guards because the flying machine was still there, but looking back, I think I should have just went for the immediate guards, because I would have taken less damage, but you live and you learn. I still knew that from this position I could come back, although it wouldn't be easy. I just knew that I needed one nice Evo Skeleton Barrel. So here I went for the Ice Wizard in the back, just to try to set up a nice defense, always making sure my Ice Wizards are in the same lane as the Flying Machine. Then I went for the Skelly King plus Mortar here. It was just so awkward to defend, man. It was just not easy whatsoever. Here I went for the Spear Goblin just to try to help out a bit, and I actually ended up taking 0 damage on that defense, which was great. And then I went for the, I think I went for the Cannon Cart in the back here, or did I Ice Wizard? Yeah, I went for the Ice Wizard. But guys, look at that Golden Knight, man. I actually took a dash, which was so bad for us. After that dash, I was pretty sure that there was no way that I could come back from a start like this. I mean, not start, but like a position like this. But I was still, you know, having faith, keeping hope, because you can never, ever, ever lose hope in a CRL game, guys. The moment you lose, like, your hope that you can still win, you know, you lose your confidence, that's when you truly lost, because there's going to be no chance to come back. So I got a nice double Skeleton Barrel connection there with the Evo. Obviously, I knew it wasn't done yet in terms of the comeback, but I was looking pretty good for the comeback right now, only being down 400 damage, although with no big spell and no minor, like a way to directly damage the tower. I knew that just being down 400 was enough for him to win, so I knew that I had to do something else, but I also knew that it wouldn't be easy to get something else going. Here I went for the Mortar. I didn't really like those piggies because I felt like they were in the wrong lane, but at the same time, I feel like they were kind of good too on another front, just for him to be able to, like, stall out the game and make me have to defend a lot. He got some good damage with it too, but the right side is lower, so it really didn't do anything in the end. Here I go for the Evo Mortar. I'm just trying my best to pressure, somehow break through, but it just wasn't really working. His defense was too good, and obviously it's just really hard to get through a deck like that. Here I pop the ability just in case he goes for his Golden Knight ability, and I even went for the Skelly Barrel and arrows here, just hoping he somehow chokes, like, tunnel visioning on that left side, but unfortunately, guys, I didn't get through, and I did lose this game, but one thing I want to point out is, as you guys see right here, he arrows my King Tower, and I'm like, damn, it's like that? So I was like, okay, whatever. And honestly, that really had me locked in for game number 3, because, like, I already really wanted to win, but, like, I'm like, no way he's going to arrows my King Tower like that. So, guys, as you see, we're on to game 3, and here he has a Bandit. So, right now, I already knew that it was probably going to be P.E.K.K.A. Bridge Spam. I knew that P.E.K.K.A. Bridge Spam was the deck that he was grinding on ladder the most. But the thing is, he didn't have arrows open, and his P.E.K.K.A. deck always ran arrows, so I had a feeling that it would be Vines plus Evo Zap. I did go for the Vines there on the minions, and then I went for the Goblin Hut here on top of the Battle Ram. One thing that I was worried about was that maybe the Evo Baby Dragon that I assumed he was going to have could be kind of difficult for us, because right now I was thinking that he'd have Mother Witch, Evo Baby Dragon. I even remember my coach telling me, you know, watch out, he might have Mother Witch, so I went for the barrel here, and I was honestly expecting a Mother Witch, but he went for the Dark Prince, and as you guys saw right there, he actually even has a log in this, so he was obviously trying to counter Logbait, and I did have Logbait, so never a great sign. Here I went for the Ice Spirit plus Wall Breakers. One thing that sucked is that the P.E.K.K.A. kind of walked a bit weird, and my Goblin Gang didn't actually fully grab that P.E.K.K.A., so I had to Valkyrie here, but guys, as you see, I didn't have anything for the Dark Prince, so I was not really off to the greatest start. It was all right, to be honest. Like, I don't really mind taking this early damage, but at the same time, like, of course, you don't want to take that early damage no matter what deck they're playing, but I knew that I would be okay to come back because I thought that if he had a big spell, it would be Lightning, but I also thought that he'd probably just have the Vine spell. So I wasn't really too worried. I just knew that I'd have to get some good pressure going on throughout the game. And even though he does have Log, and it looks really hard for me to win against Log with this Logbait deck and Baby Dragon and Dark Prince, I knew that the Wall Breakers would kind of be the key. The Wall Breakers would be really annoying for him whenever he didn't have Dark Prince in cycle, because he'd have to Log on the barrel, so then he wouldn't really be able to defend the Wall Breakers that well. So right here, I'm just kind of seeing what he wants to do. And because he didn't do anything, I just split my Wall Breakers in the back. And I thought right now that he would go for the P.E.K.K.A., but he did Dark Prince. So I just set up my Goblin Hut here. And right now, I was 1,000% sure he was going to go for the P.E.K.K.A. in the back. That's why I pre-ganged the bridge, predicting the evil P.E.K.K.A. in the back. And I actually got it, which was nice. So here I went for the Ice Spirit with the Dark Goblin other lane, because right now, I really wanted to pressure opposite lane. Because I had Vine Spell, I was sure that I'd be able to defend, so I went Valkyrie Evo here, guys, and then I had my Vine Spell ready just in case, and then he actually did a really bad Baby Dragon. I got a beautiful Vines right there, guys, taking out his Bandit and the Baby Dragon Evo, and then he also did a bad Dark Prince, so I just Ice Spirited here to pull this back, and then I knew that he wouldn't really be able to log everything, so I put the Dark Goblin on the side here, and he did a bad Battle Ram. So right now, guys, this is the key moment. I went for everything all in, knowing that I would probably be able to save my tower. I went for the Valkyrie here just to try to clutch up on the Battle Ram, which was kind of nice. I saved my tower here. I even got a Dark Up on the side, and as you notice that very precise placement, I did it so he couldn't log it right away. And then I went for the Goblin Hut, guys, and I actually secured the win, so I won my first duel in the monthly final. And as you guys see right here, man, I did the Vine spell in the corner just because he did the arrow spell on my King Tower. So a little bit petty there, but yeah, he laughed, he noticed. But yeah, I won, guys, 2-1 first duel, so here I was looking pretty good for CRL. Alright guys, so the next duel set I'm going to show here was actually my match to confirm the participation for the last chance qualifier. So basically guys, if I beat XOP XM right here, I am qualified for the LCQ, which basically means I have one final chance no matter what happens in the tournament if I win this game. But if I lose, I am out no matter what. So this is a must-win duel here, and so right now, I'm off to a pretty interesting start. I went for the Ice Wizard plus guards here on defense. Obviously, I am playing Mortar Bait again. And he did the nice Vine spell, and I couldn't believe that Cannon Cart was on the tower. I'm like, dude, what? Me and my coach, and I was just like, dude, there's just no way that that was on the tower. Here I went for the Skelly Barrel, the Breach, just knowing that I'd get some nice damage, and I would obviously get to the evolution as well. But honestly, pretty rough start just taking that damage, but at the same time, it was a pretty nice recovery as well with a very, very bad cycle in the beginning of the match. I knew that it would be really, really hard to win this game with this start, and also this matchup is quite terrible too. Obviously, I have Mortar Bait into Cannon Cart Evo Baby Dragon, and he has Evo Battle Ram, and I don't have a reset for the Evo Battle Ram other than Fireball, so I knew that this matchup was just a complete hard counter for him, but I knew that no matter what, I could still win if I played really, really well, so I was still confident here. Honestly, a little bit nervous, to be honest, because I knew that this was my final chance to be able to qualify. I went for the Ice Wizard here in the middle on the Cannon Cart just to make sure that I could take it out, and I really, really wanted to go in, but I knew that I just needed to get the Evo Baby Dragon off the board. I also had a feeling that he would go for a Battle Ram on this right side here. I still mortared the left anyways, just in case, because I knew that if he went for the Battle Ram on the right side here with all this, I could get a really nice Fireball on defense. And that was a nice Barbarian Barrel by me. So here I just went for the Fireball, just taking everything out nicely. So I still had the guards, though, sadly, but it didn't really matter, I guess, because he still had to defend my guards. In this type of position, guys, I knew that the Evo Skeleton Barrel was going to be the key. Even just this matchup in general, all he really has for my Evo Skeleton Barrel is Baby Dragon and Zappies, but whereas on the Zappies, I have a Fireball, so I knew that I would be able to Fireball the Zappies away, so all I had to worry about was just going Skelly Barrel whenever he had no Vines and no Baby Dragon in cycle. I knew that it would be kind of hard to do that, but I knew that it would be possible. So here I went for the Evo Mortar just to pressure when he had no Cannon Cart in cycle. And then here I went for the Evo Skelly Barrel, guys, trying to make something happen on this left side here. I knew that I was guaranteed to get a double Death Bomb connection, which is a lot of damage. Wait, did I not? Oh my god, I got unlucky there. I only got 400 damage. I just noticed that now, actually. I remember when I was playing, I did not remember that. So right now, once again, I had to Fireball the Battle Ram and go for the guards because I don't have a reset, but I got another nice Skeleton Barrel here. I knew that Skeleton Barrel here could be kind of nice just for the Death Bomb damage. Once again, so pretty much all the damage I've got this game is just like random pieces of damage plus Skeleton Barrels. So I was just trying to keep this up, keep defending well, and getting really nice value fireballs, because really, the only thing that was saving me was the fireballs. Here I got a really beautiful mortar, tanking the baby dragon, the cannon cart, and blowing up the battle ram, so that was just perfect right there for me. Sadly, my cannon cart did die, which I was pretty sad about, but here I just go for the skeleton barrel, and I was just waiting for him to go for the Evo Baby Dragon, but I wanted to get it out because if you guys have noticed, he has never ever built a full Evo Baby Dragon, Evo Ram push. I was doing a really good job at never really letting him go for the right set, like the left side with the Evo Ram Baby Dragon push, so I was just being really annoying. Here, guys, is where the tides turn. I go for the Evo Skelly Barrel. I knew that he didn't have anything good for this, so I went for the Fireball here on the right, and as you guys see, it was a pretty heads-up play on that left side. I still had to defend the Dark Prince. I got a really nice retarget there with the guards, and just like that, guys, now I'm only down about 450 damage, so the Ice Wizard connected. I don't know why he let that connect, but I knew at this point on, man, him letting that connect was a huge mistake. I just went for the nice mortar here up top just to continue distracting. I also had a feeling that it could shoot the zappies if we were lucky, and we actually were lucky today, man. So I go for another Skelly Barrel, knowing he didn't have the zappies. I knew he'd have to get the Evo Baby Dragon down, guys, but that would also mean he'd have to switch lanes again because he wouldn't be able to go in on the left side because the left side would just get taken up by the Ice Wizard. So I had a nice Cannon Cart Fireball here, and I even went guards knowing he would Vine. So here I was kind of scared again, knowing that, damn, no way I just lose like that. But, guys, here I knew if I just go for the Evo Skeleton Barrel Skelly King, I would just win the game because I knew that with the Skelly Barrel getting blocked for by the Skelly King, all I have to do is Fireball the Zappies. And, guys, I got a double Death Bomb connection for the win. Skeleton Barrel was just a massive MVP in this game. I somehow clutched it up, guys, even after that terrible start, terrible matchup, and it was going on to Game 2 here. So, guys, right here, I decided to whip out Brain Rot. Right now, I was in a pretty interesting situation. OP Sam is also a player who likes to run those really, really low skill decks, so I knew that there was a chance that it could be somewhat of a mirror matchup, just kind of like the same deck pool as Sweep, where he runs a lot of Recruits, he runs a lot of Goblin Giant, P.E.K.K.A. Goblin Giant, P.E.K.K.A. Bridge Spam, Golem. I knew that I wouldn't see a cycle deck, so I wasn't really worried about playing this. I honestly thought that I'd have a pretty good shot at countering him with this. Like, even if he played Brain Rot too, I knew that I'd have a really good shot on having the matchup because I have the P.E.K.K.A. and the Fisherman. So right now, actually, there's something that I wanted to highlight, I guess. He went for the RG, so I went for the Fisherman plus Bomber, which is a really nice counter to the RG, right? I knew he was going to get like 2 to 3 hits, but one thing that I wanted to say is right here, I was thinking about going Goblin Giant at the bridge because I had a Bomber, I had a Fisherman, and I would have had the level 16 Pancake if I decided to do it, but I didn't do it because I'm like, he's just going to Barb Barrel, and then he's going to Fisherman to the King Tower, and I'm going to give him a King Tower activation, and I might lose the game. But one thing that my coach told me right after I said this is that he used Barb Barrel game 1, he can't have it, and I'm like, oh my god, I could have just got a really big amount of damage right there because he didn't have Barb Barrel. He would have had to panic. He would have had to drop a bunch of different cards. You know, he'd have to fish him in the middle, Furnace on the side, Skelly King, and he wouldn't have activated the King, and I would have got to my Evo, but because I didn't really remember that he didn't have Barbarian Barrel open, I made, I would say, a slight mistake. But right here, I did a really nice play. I Goblin Machine here to predict the Skelly King ability, knowing that if he did it, it would actually hit most of the Skellies, which I actually got it. And right here, that won me the game because his idea was that he wanted to Skelly King ability on my P.E.K.K.A. because I had no rage, but because I machined ability, like I machined to predict the ability, I just won the game because he literally could not defend this push. I just went for the Bomber at the bridge here, and I just went for the arrows on top of the Furnace, guys, and I was really, really happy right now. I'm like, oh my god, I just secured LCQ. No matter what happens in this, you know, tournament, I will still have a chance at World Finals, so it's not my final chance. I still have one last opportunity, and, but I still had to win the game, of course. You know, I could choke, something could happen, whatever. So I was still making sure to stay locked in, but I was almost sure that I'd won this game. I went for the Goblin Machine here, kind of clogging up the right side lane. I even did the Bomber too. So now I knew that he would be locked in on attacking the left side lane because I thought that, like, oh, he has to RG over there. He can't go into the Machine and Bomber. So I was just making sure to save my P.E.K.K.A. and my Vines for defense. I just went P.E.K.K.A. Vines and then Rage. And I knew even if he yanked the P.E.K.K.A. with the Fisherman, I would have my own Fisherman. And that, guys, was just good game right there. And yeah, I won. And honestly, I'm not going to lie to you guys. I BM'd him too because this guy's always talking trash about me on Twitter. So, you know, I just made sure to give him a bit of BM. You know what I mean? And guys, I secured LCQ and I was still trying to win the whole tournament to maybe Qual Worlds. All right, guys. So now I was against Muhammad Light, and right now, I was in the lower bracket. So to get to the top 4 position, I had to beat Muhammad Light. Right now, I was top 6, as you guys figured out before. So to continue advancing, I would have to beat Muhammad Light, and then I would have to beat Ian, and then I would have to beat Pedro to qualify for the World Finals. But right now, you know, I was pretty happy. I was in the LCQ, so I feel like that relieved a lot of pressure, just knowing that no matter what happens here against Muhammad Light, I would still have a chance. I went for Poison here on these guards. I pretty much already knew that he was just playing the Wizard Monk version, because I feel like I've never seen Mo playing it recently, so I was just sure that he would have that variation, and he did, so I knew this was going to be a difficult matchup, but I also knew that against someone like Mo, it would be even harder, but I was still confident. I know that I'm really, really solid with Drill. I know that he's a really great Hog player, but it's always good to just be confident in your own abilities and try to focus on what you're good at instead of, like, highlighting someone else's very, very good decks, like, in the middle of the game. At least, like, it's good to be confident and respect your opponent, man, but, you know, maybe it's great to just focus on yourself when you're playing instead of focusing on how good your opponent is and stuff like that. So here I was a bit curious, like, on how he would play it, but after seeing, like, that early cannon and EQ, I knew that he'd probably be being kind of aggressive. I knew that to win this, he just had to go for the monks in the back and then Hog Rider Wizard pushes, but I knew that maybe if I pressured good, it could be a bit hard. So here I went Drill Bomber, just taking out that cannon, and I knew he'd log first, so I had my Evo Snowball ready. So here I just went for the Evo Snowball. I did get a nice Goblin Stab, which was pretty cool. I was up a bit of damage, so it was already looking kind of nice for me right now, but it was going to be a bit complicated for me to defend the Wizards, man, because his Monk is just so scary, knowing that he can just get a nice Monk ability on my Barbarian Barrel at any moment. I was kind of scared. I went for the Bomber here. I knew that he was probably going to go for the Hog Rider plus Wizard, and then I saw the Hog in the back with the EQ, and I'm like, oh no, here it comes. So I waited for the E-Spirit to jump drop my Skellies. I got a nice Snowball, and then I had an Evo Tesla here. I knew that it wasn't going to be easy to defend this just because of the amount of Hog Riders he was going to play. I did get a nice last-second Snowball here, and somehow I took no Hog Rider damage from that. So I came out of that only taking a hit from a guard. I just went for the immediate poison as well, just wanting to keep up the pressure. And here he did something really smart. He went for the instant Hog. I got the Tesla down, and I should have instantly bar barreled, but I honestly hesitated. Then I did it now, and because of that, I took a Hog Rider shot. And honestly, I feel like that was the beginning of the end of this match. Giving him the lead and giving him the control just kind of put him in the driver's seat. Kind of gave him a nice, comfortable position. Here I went for the Evo Snowball, predicting anything, but sadly, you know, he didn't fall for it. I didn't get any damage besides, you know, that one Goblin hit, which is just not enough. I did go for the Berserker Skellies to block Bridge. Then I got a nice Tesla here on top of that Hog Rider, so I was still defending well. It was still looking all right for me, but here he did the guards, and it's really hard to defend guards with the Monk in this deck because he has the Monk ability threat every time. I got a nice Berserker down, but sadly I wasn't able to get the Evo Tesla in time, and I just take just a bit of damage here. I snowballed that back, so I took no Hog damage, but that Wizard got a hit, and right now I was down 400 damage, so I was just slowly falling down more and more damage every single sequence. So right now I just went for the Bomber here, then I had to go for the Berserker Barbell, because I wanted to try to save the Drill and just get a Tesla down. Sadly, I didn't get it down, but realistically, like, I don't think it would have mattered anyways. I was just going for that as, like, a last-ditch effort, because if I had the Drill there, he would have got the free EQ log anyway. I wouldn't have got the, like, I wouldn't have taken the Hog Rider hit, but I wouldn't have been able to go in at all, so I would have lost, like, all type of momentum I could have had. So it was just, like, I probably lost, but I'll just do it just in case, like, I don't. Like, basically, if I got that Tesla down, it was meant to be, and I could have a chance, but if not, then I was just going to lose regardless, so I didn't really mind. Here, I'm just still fighting, you know, never ever giving up, just not giving up in CRL, just not worth it, honestly. So I was making a bit of a comeback, but as you see, like, it just wasn't enough. I did get a nice high Tesla here, but I knew he was going to outcycle me with the 3-card cycle. Not having a champion really hurt me here. I went for the Drill. I knew he was going to Hog Rider again, but I was just still, you know, holding on, trying to pressure him as much as I possibly could. I did get the Evo Tesla down, but now I knew that I would have to probably drill on defense, but obviously I had to go in, so I drilled on offense anyways, knowing that it wouldn't matter. I put everything. I knew he would hog right here, but, you know, obviously he's defending perfect, he's attacking perfect, and I lost the game. It happens, though, guys. That wouldn't have really mattered if I didn't take that Hog Rider hit or not, because one Hog Rider hit doesn't do, like, the difference, but then also, like, at the same time, on top of it not really doing the difference, right, I wouldn't have even been able to attack as much as I did, so it's okay, you know, it happens. But here, guys, we played Lava Hound. We played Lava Hound because we thought it would be a little bit unpredictable, and I thought I could have a good chance. But right here, guys, you see, I get starting handed, and I don't have my Vines in cycle. You guys don't even know I have Vines in this deck at this point. So, like, right here, I can't kill the Mother Witch because I don't have my Arrows, Vines. My Arrows and my Vines were my 7th and 8th card, so I literally had nothing to be able to take out the Mother Witch. Here, I do go for the nice Arrows, making sure to hit as many cards as I possibly could. And I got a really good Vines value as well, but obviously, the starting hand was just so unfortunate. I did go for the Tombstone as well here, just trying my best to be able to, you know, defend this. But he does Vines on offense right there, just trying to freeze my Baby Dragon. And he gets a nice P.E.K.K.A. swing on my tower. I'm pretty sure he got 2, right? Yeah, he got 2 P.E.K.K.A. swings right there. And that was just game over already. I mean, just unlucky starting hand for us. I knew there was like maybe like a 1% chance that I could come back, but honestly, at this point, I was like a little bit mentally defeated because I lost the last game, and then in this game, I got like the worst starting hand possible. I knew that like I could come back because Lava Hound is one of those decks where you can just make a massive push and make a really, really big comeback when you really unexpect it, but I knew that the odds of that were pretty low, especially against someone like Mo. So I Valkyried the back here just to get to the Evo. I kind of had a feeling he would P.E.K.K.A. just to, you know, continue keeping up the pressure, and also just going P.E.K.K.A. into Valk is always a good play. Here I went for the Lava. Always going Lava into the P.E.K.K.A. is nice, especially when you have, like, Baby Dragon, Mega Minion, that kind of stuff, because he can't really get to them since he would have to, like, take out my Lava Hound first. So here I went for the Evo Baby Dragon all the way on the side, just making sure I space it out from the Vine spell, and then I had a nice Tombstone down as well, just to help defend everything. His P.E.K.K.A. pushes were honestly just really hard to stop. I also made sure I spaced it out from the Vines, but here he goes for the Vines. I knew that I couldn't Vines myself, though, because I knew that I had to save my Elixir for offense. I did get a really nice Arrows here, guys, and here I did a really nice play. I Valkyried the bridge to block the Baby Dragon. As you see, he went Goblins as well, not expecting it, so I went for the immediate Balloon as well, and I had the Baby Dragon speed-up effect, so I got a quick Vines here, taking out the Mother Witch, so I actually got onto the tower with the Balloon and the Valkyrie. Right now, I actually got really happy. I thought that there may be a slight chance for a comeback. I got over 1,000 damage right there, and I knew that he didn't have a big spell, so I knew it would be kind of difficult for him to finish us off here, but I also knew that there's a pretty good chance he could just pressure me like crazy. He went for the Battle Ram plus Golden Knight. I just went for a nice Valkyrie here, making sure to clean everything up. I was okay with taking some damage because it's not like he was going for the right side anyway, so I just took my damage, went for a high Lava, just making sure to keep up the pressure since he had no Golden Knight, no Battle Ram, he couldn't really pressure. Here, I went for a nice play. I tried to Balloon down the middle, predicting his Baby Dragon being on the side, but he put it right there, and I went right into the Balloon. It wouldn't have mattered because he had Vine Spell plus the Evo Baby Dragon anyways, but obviously, like, it would have been nice if he had to commit maybe a bit more. Here I went for the Arrows plus Vines, making sure to take out that Mother Witch and the Baby Dragon, and I was actually coming back. Like, as you see, I was really close. I went for the Valkyrie on the Golden Knight, of course, just making sure to take that out, making sure to hit the piggies as well. But obviously, I had a big counter push to deal with, and I knew he was going to P.E.K.K.A. the bridge. I went for my early Tombstone. I went for the Mega Minion trying to snipe the Baby Dragon. Sadly, it didn't go on it. Here I went for the Vines, but guys, he predicted me. His Goblins protected his Mother Witch, and I lost. His Goblins had more HP than the Mother Witch, guys, so they were able to block for the Vines. I Tombstoned here, but sadly, everything survived, and that was a good game. So, guys, thank you all for watching. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed. And yeah, man, that was my final CRL month. I am in the last chance qualifier, so it's not over yet, so make sure to pray for me, guys. I'll be playing against next week for the final chance.